Welcome back to Loan Officer Success Live, and this is the Coach's Corner powered by Premier Lending. Your host, mortgage leader and business builder, Devin Dubuque, and the coach with the winning playbook, Rick Koenig. Together, they're bringing you real strategies, no fluff insights, and the exact steps to grow your mortgage business. Buckle up because this is Loan Officer Success Live. Let's go. We're back, Coach. How are you, my brother?
Good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. You know, so we put this in the title, and what we're going to talk about today is the secret strategy that's blowing up mortgage businesses, but in a good way, right?
Yeah. We don't need the implodometer again, do we?
We don't. You know, and you and I, you know, we see this every single day. We've seen a lot of people having success using this technique. And, you know, just full disclosure, we do this here at Premier Lending, and we're going to tell you how you can do this for yourself, right? But you know, bottom line is that you just need to be doing this, because if you want to have great success and you're a mortgage loan originator, branch manager in the mortgage industry in 2026, you can just massively implode your growth this year by doing this one thing. And Coach, you head up the department for us here at Premier Lending, so I'm gonna let you share the secret.
Yeah, well, you know, that one thing is getting in front of realtors and talking to them. The other thing is talking to your database. You know, we've been talking about this a lot, and literally from when I was coaching from the, you know, like 2022, you know, when we all came off of a year where we thought we were all the greatest on earth and geniuses, both as originators and coaches, we found out real fast that with a 70% increase in rates that we're not as good as we thought. And so during that time, we found that as much as 65% of all good loan officers' business was coming from their past closed loan database or circle of influence. And so one of the things we've done, and we're going to talk about a specific situation where it's really helping right now, is we have callers that are helping our people who are calling their past database, that are calling, you know, realtors to set them up with meetings. And we utilize these callers to get more meetings for our people. And so it's a little different than other people are doing. We utilize some callers that are actually in the country of Jordan. They speak perfect English and they watch American TV. I always like to say, without saying the words, they can BS with the best of them. They're not like callers from other areas where they're very scripted. They don't know how to go off script, and they just don't have that rapport with people when they're talking. And so we've built a caller team. You were heavily responsible for the 3 that we hired. I might
have vetted them just a little bit.
And I wanted you to do it because I'm one of those guys. I like everybody. And, you know, I would have said yes to the first 3, and you vetted them, and man, did you vet 3 great guys. Yeah. And so we utilize this tactic. But before we get started, I think I just told you, we should probably announce, I just saw some good news come across realtor.com. It said, today, mortgage interest rates plunged to the lowest level since 2022 after Trump's $200 billion mortgage bond buying spree.
That's what I'm talking about. You know, good news for the mortgage industry, good news for, you know, the people out there that want to become homeowners or have been waiting on the fence. You know, this is exactly where we've been waiting for. And today's the day, right? Like, so seize the day.
And like we discussed this morning on the LOS live show, or the MLO live show, there are other people already calling your people if you're not. So if you want these referrals, and we had one gentleman, John Hinks, who reached out for an hour and a half, talked to 10 people, ended up with 4 deals totaling over $1 million in business, just from calling and just saying, hey, how you doing? And then those conversations went deep.
Yeah, let's break that down a little bit because one of the things that we're talking about is a secret strategy, and effectively, it's the secret that's not so secret, but it works if you do it right. And so, a lot of times we find ourselves in a position where we just don't have time to contact our database, or we don't have time to go out and scout for new talent. And what we're introducing today, Coach, is the opportunity to hire somebody that can actually help you do that so you can stay focused on the things that you need to be focused on. And you can have somebody else that's actually going to go out and help drive in that business for you or bring in those relationships.
100%.
We have a team here at Premier Lending that does it for it. And if you don't have that team, you can hire a team, right? These dialers are available. The ones that we have are from our sister operation over in Jordan. And we actually have an entire HR team over there that operates with Premier Lending. So these are actually our employees. But there are services out there that will help you outsource people in the Philippines so that they can actually go in and do these outreach calls for you. Correct. And what they're going to do is they're going to help set people on your calendar so that you can consistently be in front of more agents, more financial planners, fill in the blank for your avatar so that you're always scouting for new talent and new people that you can work with. And so you can do it yourself. But what Coach and I are saying is, hey, if you don't have the time, hire somebody to do it. And if you can't hire somebody, work for a company that provides it, right? We provide it at Premier Lending. Don't have to come to our company. There's other companies out there that do it. But I tend to say, I'd like for you to come work for us, right? Or with us, better yet, come work with us. But at the end of the day, hire somebody to do it. And let's talk about what your team is doing, Coach, and then the results that they're getting for the originators and branch managers that they're working for.
So the initial calls for the callers were set up for me as a recruiter to help grow the company. And we utilized one of our tools. You can utilize MMI, Redder, a lot of different, model match to research the people you want. So whether you're looking for new real estate agents you want to do business with, builders you want to do business with, or in my case, loan officers for recruiting, we go through, we find the people, we target them, and then we would have a sit down with the callers and say, okay, you're calling for Coach Rick. They learn about me. They learn about my history so they can do a little talking about me, because it's not just, hey, how about you meet, Devin Dubuque? He's a loan officer at Premier Lending. They will actually talk about you, what you specialize in, what you do. And in our case, they are calling realtors to set up meetings for our loan officers. They are calling past databases to try to generate referrals for our people. They have made calls for realtors to try to bring realtors into their group. They're going to be calling for John Hinks and his, what he calls Cageless, which are some events we're going to be doing in cities across mostly the
live events. Live events. Yeah, we're going to be doing live events. So look out for these as well. Cageless. And with Cageless, this is where we're going to actually be inviting other mortgage professionals in, and we're going to be sharing, we're going to peel the curtains back and share some of the secrets that we're using right now inside of our business to help scale and grow, and other ways to make communications and connections with people within your local markets. And we're going to be doing these so instead of this web stuff, which is cool, these are going to be live in-person events, and we're going to be hosting, like you said, Coach, a lot on the East Coast. I know we've talked about bringing some here to my neck of the woods out here in Dallas, and doing some of these events as well to help you scale and level your business in 2026. So I'll give it back to you, Coach.
Yeah. So they're going to be calling loan officers to invite them. This is a no obligation, free 3-hour training on to be a better loan officer, tools and techniques that you can use, to go from 2 to 4, 2 to 5, to if you want to go from 5 to 10. And it's not recruiting. Once a year or twice a year, John and his partner Zeddy, who is a real estate agent, also do a paid event. But the events that we're doing, we're going to do like once a month, 2 different cities, probably a couple hours apart. So like I know our first events are in February. We're going to be in Greenville, North Carolina, and then over in Raleigh, a day apart. We'll do a 3-hour thing in the morning. If people want to hang out with us afterwards, they can. And then if they want to get more coaching, of course, they can jump on LOS Live with us and Scott Hudspeth, or they can go ahead and they can sign up for the event that we'll have with Cageless when we, do a 2-day with speakers and, really big event and really get some good coaching. So the callers are doing all that stuff. But, what brought up
well,
the
real
topic
quick, Coach, too, just before you go into it, you guys can check out the Cageless events that are coming near you. I'm running across the bottom of the screen. Just go to becageless.com/events. becageless.com/events, and you can get yourself registered for one of the events that's coming to your local town. If you're looking to level up, this is a great way to do that, right? And ultimately, Scott, what he's also talking about is we co-host a show with Scott Hudspeth every Monday through Friday. It says Thursday. I got to fix that. Every Monday through Friday. In fact, I'm going to modify this because we changed the time too, so it's now 9 Eastern. So I'm going to fix that and rerun that back by. But come check it out. It's the MLOLiveshow.com. MLOLiveshow.com. We are there live every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. Central to 9:30 a.m. Central. Or if you're on the Central time zone, 8 a.m. To 8:30 a.m. So come check us out over there too. We're always bringing on great guests that are sharing secrets on how to win in this industry. So, Coach, let's talk about how we can leverage these dialers and then what kind of success rates that we're seeing for the people that are actually using the dialers.
So for the last year, the success that we've seen is the dialers for like loan officers typically are trying to set up as many as 10 calls a week so that they're having 5 held calls a week. Because what we're seeing both on realtor meetings and for me with recruiting meetings, we do have about a 50% show up rate. So, they're setting 10, you're getting 5. You're meeting 5 realtors that you wouldn't have met that week. But even if they only got you 2, it's 2 more than you got on your own. And we've implemented this system. We're trying to make it a win-win for everybody. For the lower producers, we're going to have them actually participating in some other activities to help grow their business, to help them maybe hold themselves a little bit more accountable. We've got call stars that you host, and sometimes I host for you from 10 to noon Eastern time, where these guys are just supposed to be doing their calling agents, calling the referral sources, and making sure that they're doing what they need to do to get referrals in the door.
Well, it's themed. We've got theme days, so we know exactly who we're calling on what days. We've got a pep talk first thing in the morning. We're getting people fired up and giving a reason to actually do the outreach, and then sharing wins and sharing losses. And I think more results are built off of the losses than the wins, because if all we're talking about is wins, we're not getting to the root of making ourselves better, right? So when we get a chance to share the losses and talk about how we can overcome those, and then here the next day when somebody comes back and goes, I tried it and man, it really worked. This really seems to move the needle. It's really a great way to do it. So, but going back to the dialers, and I'm going to throw in some stuff here too. So, one of the things that we see is a lot of times when you're building your relationships, we stop scouting. And I always like to look at this in the terms of like a professional sporting team or a collegiate sporting team, because when are they looking for the next best quarterback or the next best forward, or, name the position? Today. They're looking for them today, right? So they're always scouting for new talents. And we in this business, a lot of the times, forget to do that. And when we have somebody that retires or somebody that just happens to, stop working with us, we sometimes find ourselves in a position where we don't have the business that we once did. So making sure that we're always scouting for new talent and new people to work with is extremely important in this business. And Coach, your team has done this so successfully where they're calling on behalf of others. It's a service we're offering for our people in-house. And again, we can teach you how to do this yourself. If you're saying, hey, look, I love where I'm at. I'm not going to make a move, but I want to do this. We can give you some resources on that. Just go to, I'm going to drop the website here. Go to LS.live. You can actually get right on my calendar, and happy to do a coaching call with you, right? To walk you through how you can potentially, build this type of model for yourself. But now what's happening is they're dropping calendar appointments right on your schedule, and you don't have to think about it. All you got to do is show up and build a relationship with an agent, or, depends on what you're looking for. It could be an agent. It could be a financial planner. It could be, a builder. But you just show up and you have the conversation, and now you get an opportunity to build a new relationship, and you're always moving forward. And that's what this is about. But let's talk about some of the success stories. I think you were going to mention Pedro.
Yeah, and I want to, this can be a sensitive topic to some people. We have a division of the company called Sukasa Loans. I had kind of a dream, and Faris Faraj and the brothers, followed that dream. I wanted to start a bilingual division here at Premier. And so Sukasa Loans was the name that Pedro picked. He's up in Minneapolis, which seems to be the heart of the whole world for problems in this country right now, or at least the media is making it feel like that. And Pedro is one of the top loan officers in that market. His team is bilingual. They do a lot of Latino loans. And what we have found recently is even people here legally and U.S. citizens who are here legally, including Pedro, have been just overwhelmed with what's going on up there, to the point where Pedro up and moved to where his family is in Houston this past week. And so Pedro has a team up there still. His family is up there still. And Pedro is now down in Houston. He owns a home there, and his family lives there. And so our callers on a 24-hour notice, Pedro and I literally just got done before this call working on almost 600 names that the callers can start calling for him down in the Houston area. We did target bilingual names, the old judgment of surnames like we've seen on the bottom of a application for years and years, where you had to list somebody's ethnicity. And so we are going to utilize this for Pedro to help him rebuild his business down in the Houston area while he's still taking care of people in Minneapolis. He literally lost over 8 done, signed, sealed, delivered, ready to go sales contracts where the legal residents of this country have backed out of their deals because they're afraid to go to work. They're afraid to take their kids to school. It's so heartbreaking to talk to him right now about what's going on there, and a lot of people aren't seeing that part. They're seeing some of the other stuff that's going on with all the fraud. But you and I both know Pedro's family was also at the school and church during the shooting up in Minneapolis. So this
sad.
has been a traumatic.
It's been a rough
4 months for his family. What we're going to do as a company, we are absolutely going to help him get his business back, because we've got multiple employees in Minnesota. Pedro's got a family. He's got, his kids to take care of. He's got himself to take care of. He is still going to close some loans in Minnesota, but when 80% of your pipeline drops out because people are scared, is rough. And so thank God he's at a company that has the ability to go in and help him rebuild his business. And this isn't anything political. This is just 100%. This is a company set up to help somebody achieve success. And, maybe he has a down month here, but I guarantee you by the end of February, Pedro will be closing loans with people he meets through these callers. And these callers, we talked about them a little. These guys, they watch American TV. When we got done talking originally, the last thing the guy says to me is, hey, Coach, do you think we should use aliases? I kind of tilted my head and I said, well, Muhammad, some people might look at that name and, he goes, I want Harvey. And I said, Harvey. And the other guy goes, I want Mike. The other guy says, I want Adam. And okay, your name starts with an A. I understand Adam. Mike, I understand. That's a cool name. That's my son's name. Harvey, where the hell did you get Harvey? And he goes, Harvey Specter, dude, the coolest guy on Suits. And the other guy goes, and I'm Mike. And I knew right then we hired the right guys because they're personable, friendly, and they really care about our team. And you know what else? They keep calling themselves greedy, but they're hungry. They want to make money. We're paying them good money for over there. They're making good money, and they're developing careers. And, hopefully we're going to see some of the people on that team move into other positions that can involve, working with our account executives and
Well,
stuff.
I've done it before.
On our TPO side.
Yeah, we've done that before. So, we go back and we talk about the dialers, and, we have them internally, but we can also help you find or scout out dialers that can work on your behalf and help you build your business. This does work. No question about it. I've seen it time and time again where we have set people up, built appointments, and gotten them real-time referrals by helping them get in front of agents that they just weren't talking to. But I've done this in the past with some of our folks from the Philippines, and we've actually put them right into the loan process. They started off doing the outreach calls. They eventually were doing some of the outreach calls to our database just to keep us in front and fresh and communicating with the database. But then, over time, we worked them right into, working part of the loan system where they're actually helping take applications or get people qualified. And of course, you got to talk to your bank and make sure that they're going to allow for this. And we did have some agreements that were signed for privacy reasons to allow for them to do this, right? But these are real people, a lot of times college graduates who are very good at what they do, and they're super skilled on the computer and talented on the phones. And, again, if you don't have that and you want to learn how to do it, you can hop right on the schedule. Again, you can come over to LOS.live, and my Calendly link is right there. You can jump right on and meet with me or Coach Rick. And we're happy to tell you how you can do it. Or if you're looking for an opportunity for a company that provides it, we do that too, right? We do offer that service for our people. But I can't encourage you enough that if you are trying to build your business or you're relocating, and I think that's the other thing that Coach is talking about. If somebody's restarting and, they're a little nervous to pick up the phone and make the outreach calls, we've got a way to fix that. And
you've got a spouse that has an opportunity in another city and you're a loan officer and you can maintain your old business in your old city. We've seen hundreds of people do it over the years, mainly with all the years we've been coaching.
Yep.
And now you have the ability to hire somebody to make calls for you or work for a company where they make the calls for you. And it's an incredible opportunity to grow your business. But as we talked about this morning on the show, hey, if you're not calling your database, somebody else is.
100% they are, and we'll tell one last story before we wrap up. One of our loan officers, we'll call her Gretchen, has a client that she's been staying in front of, right? But the client gets an outreach from their existing servicer, and the bank is offering a rate that's too good to be true. Well, it's not. Because what's happening with the servicers right now is they are reducing the commissions that they're paying out to their loan originators, and they're offering very, very incentivized rates so they can retain the servicing of those clients. And in addition to that, if your clients are in their servicing portfolio, i.e. they bought that servicing rights, they're contacting your clients right now. Whether you know it or not, it's 100% happening. And at the end of the day, Gretchen was doing a great job of reaching out, and she actually is able to retain this client and keep them with us. But I can't encourage you enough that if you're not reaching out to your database consistently, you've got to be doing that. In fact, the simplest rule to do that, the easiest way to do it, is to take the total number of people that you've helped or served, divide it by 13, and call exactly that many people each week. So let's say you divide that number and the number's 30, right? Then effectively you're just going to call 6 people a day.
Yeah.
And just tell them thank you and that you're thinking about them. You mentioned John earlier today on the show, and John literally just did this. And in one day, and he's like, man, I feel so silly because I coach my team all the time to do this, and I haven't been doing it. And he said, in one day, I made 10 outreach calls and had 4 applications taken. And it looks like I'm going to do about $1 million in volume next month just for making 10 phone calls. Right. So think about that.
That didn't work, did it?
No, exactly. And a lot of the times, Coach, when people are looking for where do I obtain that next lead? How do I get in front of that next person? They forget about the fact that that person is already there. That person is already there, and they're one phone call away. And all you've got to do is take the time to call it. And if you don't have the time, let's hire somebody to make the calls for you. Right. And they could do that simply. Hey, John was thinking about you. He told me that I needed to reach out, check in on you. How have you been? How's the family? It's as simple as that. You can have somebody call on behalf of you. In fact, not mortgage professionals, but other professions do this all the time, right? Doctors, attorneys, they're going to have their receptionists or their assistants. They're going to be doing the outreach, and it doesn't feel any different because you've got somebody that's helping you do the outreach. Hey, John was thinking about you. Coach Rick was thinking about you. He wanted me to call you. He wanted to ask how you've been, right? And if you've done a great job of keeping detailed notes about your consumers, they can bring this stuff up on your behalf on the call. Hey, I know that he had mentioned you had a new baby last year. How is little Mikey, right? Yeah. And these are the things that you can train your dialers to do. But if you're not doing this right now in 2026, the resources are available. And I encourage you to get out there and either hire them yourself, get on the schedule with one of us, and we'll walk you through how to do it, right? Or if you're looking for a home, you can always reach out to us about that too. We also provide that service to any of the originators that work for our team. And if you don't want us, find somebody else that does it. Find a company that does it, because they are out there. I promise you. So
you've got the different companies you can call that use international callers. You're gonna usually spend like a setup fee. You're gonna have to pay them for so many hours a week. It's anywhere from $6 to $10 an hour, depending on what company, what you do. If you hire an American-based person, you can get. I would recommend to look for military wives or spouses of military people who are stay at home, have kids maybe in school, and they can put in 4 to 6 hours a day, a couple of days a week for you. You can get them for $15 to $20 an hour. You could market to college students for the same type of thing. And then you just have to provide them access to your database and CRM, and to be able to make the calls and document everything, and make sure you're staying organized on who you called and doing your follow-up and stuff like that. And then, or, somebody in-house like we have, we've got the gentleman on a weekly salary. We pay them a bonus for every meeting they set. We pay them a bigger bonus for every meeting that's held. So it's not just important to set the meetings, because the bonus for
they got to show up
is double the bonus for setting the meeting. Yeah. And then we've even worked something out with our loan officers. We haven't put it into place yet, but we're gonna probably tip. We're gonna have the loan officers tip the coaching team as a group, where they'll split it up in a pot, where the first deal you get from that new realtor, maybe you kick $100 into the pot for the guys. What? I'll pay $100 for 1,000 new loans. Okay. Yeah.
Well, guys, we appreciate you stopping in, and, we're going to keep bringing back new techniques. Maybe not even new. Sometimes they're old strategies that we're just not thinking about to help you level up your business in 2026. And like Coach said, if you want to get more, come check us out on the MLO Live show. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. That is every Monday through Friday at MLOLiveshow.com. Coach will be there. I'll be there. Scotty Hudspeth will be there. It's Scotty's show. We're the co-hosts on that one. And then if you want to find us at a live event, come check out BeatCageless.com. This is live, guys, so no time to primp. BeatCageless.com/events. And we may be coming to your neck of the woods soon, and you can meet myself and Coach and John Heeks live and in person and learn right there, because this is what it's all about, is sharing with a community, helping each other level up so that we can become the best versions of ourselves. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Devin Dubuque.
Coach Rick.
And we will see you. You've been watching Loan Officer Success Live, where real strategies meet real success. Don't forget to subscribe now and share it with your teammates, and keep leveling up, because your next breakthrough starts here. If this fired you up, don't just watch success, go out there and build it.